Road trip for the Peachys.
The Hershey's Chocolate Factory Tour. For your safety, please remain seated with your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. We're on our way to the Hershey Chocolate Factory. Your guide will meet you at the entrance. See you inside.
Hi folks, welcome to our dairy farm. The Hershey goodness starts right here. Sweet inspiration from the very start, and you taste the love all over the world. Got that feel good feeling every day. We're making chocolate the Hershey way, and you can taste the love all over the world. Taste the love. Taste the love. Taste the love. They finally.
Okay.
Have fun at the factory, everybody!
It's the milk we make that's at the heart.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm a quality supervisor here at the Hershey Chocolate Factory. I was asked to be your guide today, and I can't wait to show you around. Everyone ready? Let's go. It all starts with cocoa beans, which are harvested and shipped to us from tropical regions around the world. We send the cocoa beans through large cleaning machines that screen and thoroughly remove unwanted parts like pulp and bits of cacao pod. Our cocoa experts carefully select, sort, and combine beans from various countries in precise amounts to achieve that unique and consistent Hershey's flavor. We pour the blended cocoa beans into large revolving roasters, which get extremely hot. Toasty in here, isn't it? Next, we quickly cool the beans and feed them into our breaking chamber, which cracks open the shells at high speed. Inside each shell are tiny pieces called cocoa nibs. Hey, a good friend of mine is waiting up ahead to tell us more.
Hey everyone, below me are milling machines which grind cocoa nibs into unsweetened chocolate. Cocoa nibs have been ground down like this for thousands of years. Milling machines generate lots of heat through intense pressure and friction. The grinding turns cocoa nibs into the smooth, dark liquid used to make milk and dark chocolate.
Our pressing machines squeeze the unsweetened chocolate into discs of cocoa powder known as Hershey's cocoa. Pressing also produces cocoa butter, which we'll use later on in the process. Every day, shining tanker trucks pick up milk from local farms and line up outside our factory for delivery. Hershey is one of the only companies in the world that uses fresh milk to make milk chocolate. Fresh milk is part of what gives Hershey's milk chocolate its delicious and distinctive taste. Part of my job is to make sure all of that milk meets our high quality standards. Once it passes testing, we mix sugar into the milk using large batching tanks. We pasteurize and condense the sweetened milk and then blend in the perfect amount of unsweetened chocolate. This is where the art of chocolate making all comes together. As the mixture cooks, it begins to form delicious little pieces that we call chocolate crumb.
Isn't it amazing how a little sugar and cacao become perfection just by adding milk? It takes one, two, three real simple things to stir and love. You'll never make it. Taste the love.
We dry the chocolate crumb into a coarse powder. Then we mix in the cocoa butter we pressed out earlier and add a dash of vanilla. This brings out the chocolate's rich taste and creamy texture, and of course, that wonderful smell. We feed the chocolate crumb through steel rollers that grind and refine the chocolate until it reaches a smooth, uniform consistency. Here's our friend Kiss to explain the next step in the process.
Hi, everybody. These conching machines use big granite rollers to smooth and transform the refined crumb into milk chocolate. The conching process mixes and heats the chocolate, developing the rich flavor and color. Heavy rollers smooth out the refined crumb until it reaches the silky liquid texture of milk chocolate.
After conching, we temper the milk chocolate, heating and cooling it to just the right texture and consistency. During tempering, we can mix in other ingredients such as roasted California almonds. Next, we pour the milk chocolate into molds and send them on a bumpy conveyor ride. Then we send the molds through cooling tunnels that solidify the chocolate. All of that fresh, delicious Hershey's chocolate goodness is finally ready to be packaged.
Like Hershey's milk chocolate in special dog bars.
Hey, don't forget about Reese's peanut butter cups. My personal favorite.
Aw, thanks, Alex. That's so sweet.
It looks like our packages are ready to go, and I better get going too. It's been a privilege being your guide today. Remember that wherever you go, you're never far from a piece of Hershey's happiness. So be sure to share that goodness with the ones you love. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Hey, let's all get a picture together. Big smiles. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, gang, time to go share some goodness.
Please keep your arms inside the car at all times. Thank you.
YTPC, Ghost Cobb and Mrs. Cobb here today in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Yes, we're doing a little bit of shopping for our giveaway.
We started in Hershey.
But we started in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And
You get
So
a little
we're-
bit of Pennsylvania all around.
so you're getting a little bit of Pennsylvania all around there. This is the continuance of the VR for the Peachys. So, see what I have to work with? Do you see what I have to work with?
I'm being
Okay.
blinded.
Anyhow, we're here in Gettysburg, PA. We're finishing off the VR. The two questions that were asked, love, were if you could go back in history and have anything, what would it be? And then question 2 is if you could bring anything back, what would you bring back? It could be something valuable so you could sell it for money, or it could be something sentimental, whatever your little heart desires.
Okay.
You won the paper, rock, scissors earlier, so you get to go first.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I'm cooking.
You're cooking?
I'm cooking. Okay. Okay, so if I could go back in time anywhere, there was a little diner that used to be across from my aunt's work. I lost my shoe. Thank you.
Squirrel syndrome in full effect.
It's been a long day. Okay, so there used to be a little restaurant across the street from my aunt's work that she worked at for just about 30 years, and my mom and I used to go there, and we would walk across the street, and it was like the little aluminum diners. So I'd go back there and have lunch because it's not there anymore.
And what would you bring back with you?
I would bring back my little white fur coat that I had because my Grammy gave me a fur coat and a little purse, and she said every lady needs a fur coat.
So you'd bring that back with you?
That's what I just said.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think if I could go back and do anything, it would be with my great-grandfather, who was a outlaw moonshiner. I would love to sit with my great-grandfather and his buddy Maja, who came over from Hungary with him, and I would love to just sit there after a batch of shine was made and sip from a gallon jug. I think that would be really, really cool to drink out of a mason jar or a gallon jug with my great-grandfather. That would be really cool to drink some good old-fashioned moonshine. And to bring back with me, I think it would be, that was actually kind of difficult because I was thinking an original ticket from Titanic. I was thinking the newspaper the day after Lincoln was assassinated. But I went with something a little more sentimental. I would like to have the flag that was draped over my daddy's casket. We don't know where that is. I don't know if my sister has it or if my mom still has it. I haven't seen it in many, many years. So I would say if I could go back in time and grab one thing and bring it back, it would be that flag. I would love to have that flag that was draped over my daddy's casket. That's what I would want back. So,
Haley, if you could go anywhere back in time, where would you go?
I would go, I would go to where my grandpa was living and see him for at least once.
and if you could bring something back,
Doesn't have to be from that time. Could be anything.
I don't know.
She wants to see a Justin Bieber concert. When
Oh
he
my
first
gosh.
came out.
Yes.
Her heart's all a Twitter patter.
So, where are we at today? Where are we at now?
You know, he says I have squirrel syndrome, but at least I have a memory. We are at the Emmanuel Bell Tower in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, that was dedicated to all the veterans and missionaries that worked to bring peace to the world.
There you have it.
Where are we at?
Emmanuel's Bell Tower.
Just Emmanuel, no S.
Okay.
It's not his tower.
Okay. Well, you know. We're in Gettysburg, PA. How's that?
Yep, we're at the college, so you can show them some of these big historical buildings.
We started out in Hershey, Pennsylvania because you had mentioned something about having an original Hershey bar, and we thought that would be really cool to include that little tidbit for you from Hershey, PA. So Christy had that idea and thought, hey, wouldn't that be really cool to do that in Gettysburg? So, in Hershey, I'm sorry. So we did that, and of course Gettysburg is like my favorite place. Being a big history buff, of course, you know, I love Gettysburg, PA. So, so that's really it for us. Rooster, you got anything else you want to add from behind the camera?
Baby, baby,
Baby, oh!
Okay, yeah, they're weird.
All right, so until we can get together and pack a pipe or smoke a good cigar, let all that you do be done out of love. Y'all take care and God bless.